don't think, just go for it. Don't think. It's a magic. It's a magic is what I would say. Even
And
I've recommended to a couple of my friends who would reach out to you very soon. So yeah. See, first of all, I didn't know that you have to approach in a very strategic way as far as connecting people, I mean, connecting with people on LinkedIn, or maybe especially the preparation part of it. Like after I went through the series of videos given by Major, I understood that every step is important. In my past, even before I stepped into next job, I used to go and attend the interview just like that. I would not prepare anything. But this time, a couple of like interviews where out of box questions came, maybe like exact right answer, or maybe the right fit answer needed for that particular job I have to give. So I learned that, and preparation is very, very important. It increases your confidence, and like one interview, whatever mistake, or maybe it's a human tendency that you go blank, or maybe you want to tell something but some other thought raises your mind and that proceeds. That I was not able to like initially strategize, or maybe the thoughts were not aligned, but now with a lot of practice I started aligning it. So I think next job is the game changer for me. As far as I mean, it's not only for me, I would recommend to anybody in terms of strategic approach. Like that's the best. Seriously, it's not that I'm saying because I got a job. Even if I'm still in that stage of like getting a job, I would 100% recommend this, because proper planning and proper preparation with a strategic approach gives you the desired result. Okay, what happened? I was just browsing through LinkedIn one day and I was like, oh, I'm not able to get any job. Where should I go? God, please help me. This was what I was like conversing in my mind. And all of a sudden, there was this ad that came, next job, something came. Why don't you click on and see the first few videos that is free? If you want, you can go and register. I saw the video, then I understood, okay, there is something, a catch to it. Immediately I switched over and registered. That's when Karthik called me. All right, the major thing was structurizing my sales experience, because I have been it from like right from the start to the end to end. It was a broad spectrum, but I tried to focus on something very specific with respect to achievements. That is the game changer for me. I like, when you had seen my previous resume, it would completely be like, 100% full paragraph. It would be no numbers were there. But here I started putting out numbers. What is the percent of achievement? What were the, like maybe difference that you created through numbers, the increase, the retention percent, everything. I think that I see that as a major catch point, and I learned that you have to use the numbers that you have done effectively to showcase and sell yourself to the employers. I think I would give them 10 on 10 rating, because yes, there is scope of improvisation that has to be done from my end, but whatever has been given to me from your end, I think it is amazing. And I wish I stick to this community for a longer period of time, even till I get into Google. That is my, uh, see, to be very honest, every person who's got the desperateness to get into a job, what happens is, okay, they have that belief that somebody whom you are associated with the new community will do something for you. I thought that okay, it will be like a just usual thing, but like it, you stand out of the crowd because of the value that you deliver, and small details are very important. I think that has played a major difference for me, helping me understand myself better, where I'm lacking, where I have to work. And yes, it's the overall curvature is superb. delivering it to the point, first one, answering it to the point with your achievements, the car, that is a major thing, and that instigates interest to the employers or the panelists to know about me a little bit more and what I can contribute to the organization in terms of value. Anybody, say for example, would come on call, they'll not be interested to know something else, like XYZ. First, they would target is what is this particular person going to bring to my organization? What is in it for me? That is the first catch that they would be looking for. And I think I have delivered that through a lot of, practice and everything. I write it because, see, for everybody has their own mode of learning. For somebody, practice, somebody just see the mirror and practice, somebody records the call. For me, writing, wherever I go, this blueprint will be with me day in, day out. Whatever I learn, even a smallest of smallest thing with respect to cooking or whatever, it will be recorded in my diary. So I write it and immediately know that gets into my head. In a sense, in my own way of delivering it, or maybe own style of delivering it, I write it so that it gets, you know it's in my mind forever.
Great, Deepika. So I'm feeling so much relaxed and stress-free while talking to you today. I mean, it's going to be the best call for the day.
Yeah, because like when I think I remember the first call with Karthik, I was in tears. Literally, I was crying. He says, "Don't worry, you don't have to cry." Because in my past job, as I told you, there was a lot of exploitation with respect to my capabilities and everything. Like I have been cut off from everything. So that was such a toxic environment. With that in mind, with the pressure of needing a job, with financial stuff, I didn't know how to manage. But today, I'm all relaxed and smiles, and today is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Deepika.
Thank you. I think this is the best birthday gift ever. Tangible results in the terms of preparation only, because Major gave us few, uh, maybe prompts that you can use, like X uh, style, maybe connection story. That is very important. That I see a lot of tangible result in terms of people showing interest. Even the panelists asked me. So what happened in Tizo when I was speaking to the CEO? I browsed through a lot of no websites to know more about him, about his background. That's what Rishik told, right? So it's better you go back on the LinkedIn or maybe whatever platform, try to know more about the panelist you're speaking to. And then I understood there is always a storytelling in his conversation, with be it any interview or any platform or SAS Bhumi summits. Then I carved my conversation like that. So the first question that he asked was, tell me something that's not there in the resume. Because this is a standard template that the CEO asks to everybody. The HR let me know about it. So I thought, how can I connect my personal and professional? So I just connected it and told him, and he was impressed about that. Unique value proposition of the next job is completely value based interaction. That is what is important, and it boosts the confidence and positivity. The third one, see, people are getting dejected on a daily basis, they lose their confidence, but you guys give us hope that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. As you keep saying, it is a process. You have to be patient enough. It may work, it may not work, but I understood eventually that whatever is in our control, let us put the efforts into that. Whatever is not in the control, we can't do anything about it. But I felt like if you genuinely or disciplinedly, if you have the discipline to follow it structurally, then I think the success or maybe whatever you seek is going to fall in your lap. The sort of interviews that I've given in the last 3 weeks is even more than the total number of interviews that I've given in the last 15 years. Hardly I would have. Interviews, it was very casual conversation for me. I would just go to Starbucks, sit with the person who's going to, like hiring. They would be just like, okay, come get onboarded immediately. But this true process of like the conventional method of how a company would hire is something that I have experienced, and it's something beautiful. Let me count and get back. Almost, I think, all 15 to 18 is what I remember.
Great, great, great.
And just in a span of 2 weeks, if I had applied, I would be waiting for that person to get back. But because of next job, that strategic approach, that is the differentiator on the whole. Is what, and I was like taken aback. Okay, did I do so many things in my past? That was the first question. Then I understood that I don't know to sell myself. I have to properly sell myself. And third, with respect to skill set, I'm happy with what I know, but now I have something like immediate milestone, or maybe after a quarter, I want to get into zones where I have not tried my hands on, learn some extra skills, do some certification, or I mean, which is just a gate pass. They need it, you're just going to give it. But ultimately, at the work, you're going to prove only what is there in your mind. You're going to really apply it in your work and like prove your metal. So I'm okay to take up any challenge now with respect to the skills. Also, I want to hone my skills even better, because I understood market. If you are stagnated, if you are very, like in the basic line, it is just a parallel line, you are not going to stand out of the crowd. To stand out of the crowd, what is that you have to do? So I think a lot of skill sets are there in pipeline for me to be, like I have to take up. All right, I think I have to tell about this particular client, I mean, the employer who reached me on call. Every time I know, like that particular recruiter who called me, he was like, every call me, he was saying there is a, like you have been in the organizations for a very short span of time, very short span of time. Then I went back to the videos and saw like how do you negotiate, like not the monetary thing, but that there is a gap in the resume. How do you do it better? Those, those templates and all. Then I formulated one based on all of that, and I told them I radiated a lot of positivity there. So next call, when the recruiter called me, I told them, yes, I told him upfront, in fact, in a very professional way. I do understand that in every call you are insisting that, like there is a short tenure for me in my past experience. I'm not affected by it because I had a learning and it was just my personal situation. I never had the intent to quit. Being a woman, like sometimes profession has to take a back seat because you put the family first. And it happens in everybody's life, be it male or be it female. Now the times are changing. So I do acknowledge that you don't have to repeatedly tell me it's my resume, I know about it. But still, whatever is that you want me to know, like uh, gives more information or give sort of assurance that I would be sticking to your organization, I'm happy to do that. We will talk around it, but let us not go back and it's a sort of demotivating thing. So I understood how to convey something very professionally to the recruiter. In fact, they I mean, like it's better always to be honest and set the expectations and the boundaries at the first itself, rather than going back and forth and like carrying it forward. Post which the recruiter was like, okay, okay. Then he didn't, like point that negativity. See, as Richik also told, Major also told, and Aviral also was telling, recruiters do take advantage, or maybe the total hiring team takes advantage of the emotional imbalance of the person, or maybe the job seeker. But eventually, you have to be very confident and strong. So that confidence and strength came only from the team. I would say. The salary increment has been around 10%. Plus, I've been given a lot of shares. Plus, the designation is something very catchy because I'm going to lead the entire outbound sales team, especially for the North America and the EU segment. So I'm very happy about the offer, especially the challenge that's going to be on my plate. I'm expecting one because there are a lot of calls from the fine. I think around 3 to 4 are there in the final stage. One is Win IT. The second one is today I got the call from ACOPS. and the other one is Loop, and the other one is Tezo. Tezo would take some time because they're again restructuring. They are doing for something end to end, and that won't fit for me because of my personal challenges. But this Win IT has been, the HR has been calling me back to back for the final round, and they want me to join ASAP. So I'm expecting few offers, but nevertheless, nothing like SaaS Genie, because the sort of parameters that I have evaluated is something the best fit. Fantabulous, something, uh, I think every blessing comes to the team through the success of the customers, right? So you are blessed. That's what I can say. So the entire team will have the blessings through the success of the job seekers, because you have understood our pain, you have understood each and every emotion, and you've been supportive. Though we went out, though we delay in terms of deliverables that we have to give from our end, but you have handled it very professionally, and kudos to the entire team. Nothing like it. Don't think, just go for it. Don't think. It's a magic. It's a magic, is what I would say. Even
And
I have recommended to a couple of my friends who will reach out to you very soon. So yeah.